Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a quite a hectic, crazy week for me this past week, in a good way though, so it's all good. But it's I went to California, and while I was over in California, it was also my birthday as well. So I'll explain the whole California trip in the next video, where I'll be going over all the stuff I got while I was in Los Angeles and San Diego. But today is going to be going through kind of what I got for my birthday, Beatles wise, that kind of thing. And the next video is going to be all the stuff that I bought with my own money and all that kind of stuff while in California. But I guess just a quick background. While I was in California, I had a kicking combine scouting event for football and all that kind of stuff, trying to make it in some sort of professional league. So I went out there. Again, I'll kind of explain more of that in the next video. But while I was over there, I met up with my good Beatle friend, or Beatle best friend, I should say, John Roker. And so he showed me around Los Angeles again. If you saw my video a couple years ago now, while I was over there for the first time, you kind of know uh, that he gave us a pretty nice tour, and we got to go to some record stores as well. Same again on this trip here, but I was there for a couple days instead of one day this time. So these are just going to be all um, things I got present wise for my birthday. And we're going to start off with a couple records, and we got a couple posters as well, including a big one I got laying on the floor over there, which I'll have to come and pick up later. But we're going to start off with the only no, okay, with a 45 here. Been wanting one of these for a while, and I've always kind of talked about this for my brother, and he thought it was cool as well. So he ended up picking this up for me, and this is a Greek 45. This is a John Lennon single of "Power to the People" and "Open Your Box." And what's special about this one is you're not going to be able to see too well, but it has the multicolored um, aspects to it. So if you like hold it up to the light, it's kind of reddish brown with some green kind of streaks throughout it. So I'll try to see if I can get a picture of it in the light. I don't know if you can quite see some streaks there, but it looks better under a light. Let me hold it up like that. So I'll try to have to take a picture of it. But some of the crazier ones that go for a lot of money are the Beatles ones that are like more profoundly like green and purple, all that kind of swirl multicolor thing. But just to have one, I think is good enough for me right now, because I think there's one for sale currently on the Perry Cox eBay, and it's already up to like $400 as a Beatles, and it's got the crazy colors and all that stuff. So I'm curious on how much that will go for. Again, this one's not wasn't as crazy or anything close to like that, but still very cool to have. And I believe that's the only John Lennon single to have to be in the multicolored variant, in from Greece, I should say. So very cool birthday present from my brother there. And next up, if you remember the last time I went to the record show in August, I got the Billboard ad for the Beatles story and a couple of Christmas singles that came out during the time. And I said to be on the lookout for the next one that I was going to get for a present. And this one is my favorite one because it advertises Revolver. So this is just a miniature, shrunken down version of the actual poster that was promoting it. So there's the Yellow Submarine before the Yellow Submarine cartoon was there, and then bang as the Revolver album cover relates to again, I guess. So that is very cool. Here's the backside. It's just a Billboard advertisement. So I actually found one of these, not a Billboard one, but just a smaller magazine version years ago at an antique store. It was just a singular page of of the of this poster here. So like I had that framed up that was like an 8 by 11 type size, and this one is bigger than that. So I actually kept this one and gave the other one away to my friend John because he wanted one for a while, and I know he would appreciate that. So that's in his house, all framed up, looking nice. And I'm going to replace the spot on the wall with this one instead once I get it nice and framed up. Okay. So the next things I'm going to show are kind of what I got again from my friend John while I was in Los Angeles, and a couple other people as well. And these are going to be a little bit more odds and ends, but that's okay. And then first, we're going to start off with some anthology stuff because Anthology 4 is coming out soon. These are some anthology promotional buttons. There's a whole set of these, but I got 3 of them here, so I might have to be on the lookout for more in the future. But this is Why Don't We Do It in the Road? Help, I Need Somebody. And the last one I got here is I Am the Eggman. So those are always kind of fun. I have to wear that to the next record show. And next up, I ended up getting 3 of these somehow. But these are original Beatles shirt tags from 1964. It says, "Meet the Beatles. Here's your personal autograph souvenir photo of the Beatles for the original Beatles shirt." So I'll just take it out of its sleeve here. And obviously these aren't used because you would just kind of punch that out and put it in your wallet as your autographed Beatles item there, even though it's not real autograph. So there's the back, and you see the perforations to punch it out, and the little hang tag part right there. And again, I ended up getting 3 of these, one from my friend John, and then I also went to Rockaway Records in Los Angeles, and the owner and a couple of the employees gave me 2 as well, one for me and one for my mom that also came with me. So I probably don't need all 3, so I might pass them along as I got these as a freebie. I might pass it along to someone else who is a big Beatles fan as well, and that might appreciate it as well. So let's see where I put these. So speaking of Rockaway Records, the owner, Gary, really nice guy. I've been in touch with him, just talking Beatles stuff and things I might be looking out for or be interested in over the past couple years since the first time I met him. And back in his office, he has a bunch of cool stuff hanging up in his office. He has got a whole bunch of records in the corner that you couldn't really fathom, of all the kind of extra Beatles related type record stuff he has in his office. Is kind of crazy. And this was hanging up on his wall. I kind of asked him about it. And this is kind of a weird error pressing of Help 45. This is not an original one. This one, I believe, is the 2011 Target one. It's got the barcode right there. But it's cool that the hole's not punched out. You see the full swirl. And I believe he just said whoever was pressing this at the time, they were just kind of throwing away all the dejects or the rejects and all the error ones out, and he just picked it up. So I asked him about it. He gave me the story. He was like, "Do you want it?" I was like, "Sure." It'll be a pretty cool display piece, I think. And yeah, I think it looks kind of cool. So yeah, this record definitely needs some help. Probably could play in certain parts, but I won't be risking that. But yeah, it's not trimmed up or anything, as you can see. It's just kind of discarded, and then I guess he picked it up when it was discarded. So yeah, it's 2011 pressing of this 45. I believe it came in the Target exclusive box with the t-shirt and stuff. So I'll have to find a place to display this one, maybe close to my 45s. And then these were a couple records given to me by John, and it was actually a couple of his record store day releases. And this is 10th anniversary picture disc of the Live Freaky, Die Freaky film, and this was just a picture disc of let's see, of some songs, or yeah, performed by Billy Joe, Green Day. and Travis Barker on the B side. So there is. Let's see if I can show it with minimal glare here. There is the picture disc. Those aren't scratches, those are just the strings for the marionettes. And then here is the back. And then he actually had one more record store day record. I think this came out like 2015 or 16, something like that. And this is his album on the back. So that's pretty cool. I have to take a listen to him. And this one's kind of a Rockaway slash John present, I would say. And it's kind of another error record. Again, the owner at Rockaway was just kind of give this away or something like that because he didn't have any information. So he actually gave away 2 error covers to John, and then John gave one to me so graciously. And this one's pretty cool. It's a Meet the Beatles, but the Beatles color is faded and errored. Well, I guess I shouldn't say faded because the cover's in good shape. But I guess the ink just didn't come through or was running out. So if you're ever looking for a silver Beatles album, that's not the early Beatles, I guess you can call this a silver Meet the Beatles because that's kind of the color it shows. There's a little bit of orange that bleeds through on that corner of the B there. But other than that, it just looks kind of cool. There's no record to go along with it, but I can find a record. It's got a number 9 on the corner, and I did a little research, and I think it's a Jacksonville pressing, I think from 1966 reissue. So if anyone has any information about this, that would be good to know because he didn't really know much about it either. So that was cool. And then let's see what else. I got a couple CDs and a couple cassettes. And here is a McCartney 3 CD and cassette. And I think Paul should be coming up with an album pretty soon, so I might have to listen to his most recent albums that came out, even though it's been about 5 years since that album came out. It's kind of crazy. And got another cassette of Tripping the Life Fantastic, and this is the whole show. Yeah, there is the spine, backside, and it flips open like this. And it goes one of the cassettes, but that's okay, because now I can just show it. And the last thing was a Flaming Pie CD, but it has a promotional sticker on it, and has a little promotional saying on the CD itself. That's pretty much all the music on vinyl and all the poster things except for the big one, which I'm going to show next. Let's see. I ended up getting some books as well. These were a little bit heavy to bring back on the plane, but I made some room on my backpack. So this is Imagine, John Lennon book. I'll definitely have some reading material here. This is Hands Across the Water, Wings Tour U.S. photographs by the, I think the Wings members. So here are just kind of some of the photos inside, kind of their tour around the United States. So this one would be pretty cool to go through. And we got Rupert and the Trouble with Big Ben. Obviously the Paul McCartney kind of related item here. So there's Rupert. And it was 20 years ago today. Anniversary celebration of 1967. And obviously a nod to the Sgt. Pepper album as well. Then this is kind of just a classic Beatles book that I've seen around. Again, I'm not too familiar with it. I think it's kind of polarizing when people like it or not. I forget. This is the Beatles Shout. And the last book is called just Harrison. The forward by Olivia Harrison as well. Probably just going through George's life here. And then I also got a calendar from 1997. And again, they still use like the same pictures for the calendars nowadays, which is kind of funny. So yeah, calendars haven't really changed up since. And then also, as a fun bonus, I got some inner sleeves for all the records I got, so I can do some cleaning. And I think it is now time to show the poster. So I'm gonna go walk and bring it back into frame because I'm gonna need to stand up and show it. It's that big. So one moment, please. All right. Hopefully this is gonna be in frame. Okay. So this is a. I'm just gonna show it first. So there's wings. And let's see. You're not gonna be able. Anyway, I'm gonna go put it back. You're not gonna be able to see the bottom, but I can show it here in a different way. Anyway, that was a large Wings poster advertising the new Wings compilation, and those were posted all over Los Angeles. And my friend John, being a Beatles fan, got one for me as well. So it is pretty much the pink ones had Wings in green, and then there was a green poster out there as well that was in this color that had song titles for the songs on the compilation, like Band on the Run, Live and Let Die, all that kind of stuff. But that's what the bottom of the poster looks like. Got the Wings logo and the Capitol logo. So maybe I'll get ones with the songs on it the next trip around, I guess. But that would be an interesting one to try to display. I think try to put some cardboard behind it and somehow protect it and maybe hang it up on a door. I don't know, but it's a little bit too fragile to go in the garage, and I don't want to have any damage to it while it's in the garage. So I'll have to find a place for it. I think maybe if the door's wide enough, I might try to put it in front of the door and just kind of hook it up. But that's pretty much all the stuff I end up getting for the birthday. So I was very kind of surprised at how much stuff I got. That was very generous for all the people that gave me some free Beatles goodies. So I really appreciate that. And before my trip, I did end up picking this up for my birthday for me. This is the Target exclusive of Abbey Road on green vinyl. I really like the black inner sleeve, and it's also polylined as well. So they're finally maybe learning a little bit. That's a nice deep green vinyl. About to go play it. Everything looks good. And this is like the 2019 version of this album as well. So next episode is going to be all the stuff that I bought from Rockaway and probably about 3 other record stores that I went to in the span of like 2 days, and kind of talk about my trip to California in general. So this is just a quick tasting and tease of all the stuff that's been going around, and I'll from my previous video of all the variations and stuff out there. I know there's a good bit of comments out there, so I'm now free to finally respond to those. So I will get to your comments as soon as I can, probably after I'm done making this video here. So I'll be interested to see what you guys commented in that video. So I think that's going to do it. I'm going to now organize all this stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.